"Hey Michael, which point of view should I use in my writing?" I said.
"I don't know, Nour. Maybe make a video about point of views," Michael said, in the third person.
Hey guys, Nour here, and today we're talking about which point of view you should use in your writing. But before we get started, my shameless book plugin! Do you want to win a signed hardback of my book? Make sure you stay tuned until the end of the video to learn how you could win one of 3. And let's get started! There are 3 point of views you can choose from in your writing: first person, third person, and second person point of view. Obviously, third person also branches out into other options, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But I won't talk about second person point of view today because it's not very commonly used. However, I will say that it's really fun to write, especially in short stories, since it's almost like you're talking directly to the reader. I personally wouldn't use second person point of view in a large book, but if you can, go for it. Okay, so first person and third person point of views each have their pros and cons. Let's get through them. Personally, I love first person point of view. That's the one I'm most comfortable with. To me, it's just so easy diving right into the character's head. However, a lot of people prefer third person point of view and find it so much easier for the bigger story at hand. So now, who has a better taste in point of views? Well, there's no such thing. They're both preferences and both are great in their own ways. With first person point of view, you can be in the character's shoes and directly know what they're thinking. It's a more intimate connection for the reader too, since they almost feel like they are one with the main character. Reading the words, "I went here and I did that," is a lot more exciting than "she went here and she did that." The reader is fully immersed in the main character's experience. This is probably why I love this point of view. Despite its cons, this pro is what sells it for me. Plus, with this point of view, you can have an unreliable narrator, which can be loads of fun to both read and write. Is your character an alcoholic or has a lot of hallucinations? An unreliable narrator would suit them best, and you can only manage this with a first person point of view. So if your character isn't completely stable, this is a great perspective to use. Plus, with a first person narration, you could have immediacy if you combine it with a present tense. For example, it would sound more like this: "I jump and I strike the beast." This makes the reader feel right there in the scene, participating in all the action. I think present tense first person narration is perfect for dystopian books, or anything that requires immediacy. Now, if you combine first person with the past tense, the reader feels like they're being told the story, since it already happened. Which is also fun since we all love hearing stories. On the other hand, third person point of views excel in different ways. For one, you get different perspectives on events since you can dive into multiple characters' motives and thoughts with an omniscient narrator. You can see everyone's actions even if your main character isn't present. Basically, the narrator isn't constricted by the main character's knowledge. In fact, the narrator can share information with the reader that the main character might not even know. A third-person omniscient narrator is pretty much God in the story. They know and see everything. This, of course, does have its cons, like a lack of intimacy between the character and the reader. While with a first-person point of view, the reader can feel like the main character, with a third-person point of view, the reader isn't given that flexibility. The writing can still be immersive, such as in Harry Potter, but it's not always as immersive. Another con for a third-person point of view is that you can't really pull off an unreliable narrator. You can have an unstable character, but the narrator is bound by reliability. However, you can do a third-person limited narration, which means that the narrator isn't omniscient and is limited to the main character's thoughts and emotions only. This can be good to utilize if you're more comfortable writing in third-person point of view but want to only dive into one character's head, much like in first-person point of view. Now, obviously, first-person point of view also has its limitations. For one, you can't tell the reader what multiple characters are feeling and thinking. And you can't follow anyone around unless the main character is also following them. Which means that the reader might be just as lost as the protagonist while solving a mystery or saving the world. Though this can also be a good thing when it comes to plot twists. But if you're more comfortable writing in first-person point of view but want your reader to know multiple characters' perspectives, why not just have more than one main character? You can alternate between character from chapter to chapter while using first-person narration, which is actually what I did in Divinity Falling. I kept it at 2 main characters, and each chapter I switched between them to offer a full perspective on the events without having to write in third-person point of view. So you can definitely find your own method and don't really have to follow the rules to a T. Just make sure you understand these point of views before you go ahead and make a hybrid point of view or just break the rules. Let me know in the comments which point of view are you most comfortable writing and why. And did this video help you figure out which point of view you're most comfortable writing with? And again, Divinity Falling is currently on pre-sale. Pre-order your copy now before October 1st. That way you could enter to win a signed copy. All you have to do is pre-order a copy, ebook, paperback, or hardback. Then take a screenshot of your receipt and send it in the giveaway form in the description below. All who pre-order will get the first 5 chapters of the book in advance. And I will also be giving out other bookish goodies to those who pre-order. So get your copy today. And if you're looking for a cool community of writers, join our Discord. Link is in the description below. There you have it. Which point of view should you use in your writing? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, and check out my other videos. And remember, Nour for president!